Hello anyone, welcome back to the Pipe Vice. Today we're going to knock out a quick little project I've been sort of mulling over for some time now. I have an infatuation with those penny machines. Usually you put like 2/4 in and a penny, and then out comes the little squished version. So what I'd like to do is maybe build one of my own. Just laying some scrap laying around. So we've got two 2-inch NPT couplings, just regular NPT coupling, and we've got 3.5-inch NPT couplings, and the plan is to we're gonna set these in. They fit real nice in there. We're gonna tack the insides of the 1.5-inch couplings, and then I skipped a step. What I'd like to do is I'd actually like to trim one of these down, knock a little off, so that I can take one and weld this 1.5-inch coupling to this 2-inch coupling, and then put a wrench on there, and that's what's going to give us the turning action, hopefully. So let's get everything cleaned up and get to tacking. We're just trying to knock that varnish off. So you can see the difference. It's got, this isn't a great example. These two, maybe from India, who knows, had a little more varnish on them. So I'm just gonna hit this last one. Keep going. Okay. So we've got our assembly. I think the next step will be to trim one of these. Let's see, I don't know, what do we think? Maybe half size, cut one in half, and then that'll actually be the inside one, which will leave the other 1.5-inch coupling a little proud and allow us to get a wrench on there for the turning. So let's get this cut. That went well. Okay, so there's our half-ish coupling. So now the assembly is thus. That goes in there. I broke something. What did I do? Let's clean this edge up. Okie dokie. And then this one sets on top and gets welded here, and that's our driver. So let's get set up for welding. All right, so we're ready to weld. Let's get our pieces set up, maybe a little more the way we want them. We can set that one aside for now. And our goal is to try to have as little play in between the two rolls as possible. If it ends up being too tight, oh well, we'll make it work. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to tack the insides of the 2.5-inch couplings, the two smaller ones. Okay, now our 2.5-inch, the inner couplings should be tacked in place. We got roll action, so we know there's enough room. Now I think don't weld galvanize. That shit will kill you. Well, first it'll destroy your brain and then it'll kill you. So now let's set these aside, and we're gonna finish tacking the inside of the 2.5-inch couplings, get those nice and solid. Then we'll set the 2-inch couplings back on. We'll get the other 1.5-inch coupling welded up, and we'll take it for a spin. Okay, now we set our big couplings back on. And we got room then for that guy. So now let's get this tacked on. Alright guys, what do you think? There she be. There's the roller. So put our wrench on there, we give her a couple of spins, the old penny gets sucked in there and smashed to pieces. I'm gonna let that cool down, get it set up in the vise, and smash a penny. Okay, continuing with the tomfoolery, we've got a piece of brand name Beeline, Unistrut, whatever you want to call it. We just tacked it onto the back just so we got something to mount into the pipe vise. We've got our two wheels on. What the smarter among you have probably already noticed is that this will not flatten a penny. Why is that? Well, we're only driving one wheel. There's just not enough friction between the three parts to actually draw it in. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that piece of cutoff. Which one was it now? So we're going to take the cutoff from there, and we're actually going to fix it to the other wheel so we can drive them both at the same time. So let's get started with that. Okay, we're back. We're buttoned up. We got our coupling nub all tacked on. Let's smash a penny, huh? These are pre-1981 or 1981 and before, just so they're pure copper or more of a copper rather than the zinc alloy that you'll find in pennies today. Too much. Okay, that's one. That's another. Okay. So you can see it did smash it. Let's send it through again and see what happens. And there we go. We'll flatter yet. Let's keep smashing. Okay, we're getting some pretty good deformity out of it now. Smash it again and see what happens. So, focus. It will smash a penny. I want to mess around with it a little more, see if we can get it a little flatter. Well, there you go. One crappy homemade penny smasher. Maybe I'll revisit this project again someday and I've got a few things I would like to do different, but I don't know. I guess it works. Hey, thanks for hanging.